Hello everybody, and welcome to the first ever edition of Puslinch Golf Club After Dark.
Nice.
We're here at PGC in the reading room. You've got myself, Benjamin Davies, alongside our head professional and director of golf, Jonathan Petro. Jonathan, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me, Ben. Always a pleasure.
Jonathan, we've got some exciting things here at the new Puslinch Golf Club. Along with just the rebrand, we've got a lot of other stuff, and I know you're eager to get to things right now. So first, we're going to start it off with some of the fun and exciting things we've got going on with our leagues this season.
Yeah, leagues are up and running. They are in full swing, as you could say. We're through 2 weeks of our ladies' league. Fatima Martin's out to a big lead there in their Stableford format. Men's league, we kicked that off last week. I believe your Sod Poodles sit atop the leaderboard right now at 108 points.
We sure do. No biggie. I had 18 points, but anyways, there's plenty to come.
There is. And then a decent Tuesday mix today. A little bit of rain. Mother Nature didn't like us that much today, but still a good showing. I think they had 44 players today after a couple bailed last minute, and during the round they got rained out. So leagues are great. Leagues are up and running strong. We're back.
We are so back. Yes, we are. Now, Jonathan, the leagues are wonderful and everything, and I think there's a newfound energy, not just because of the way the leagues are set up this year, but I'm noticing much more merchandise being worn around the course and even around town. Tell us a little bit about the new things you've brought into the pro shop this year.
I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm just going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some brand new hats that we got in today, actually. Some of them we sold before we even got the price tags on them. So we got lots of exciting stuff in the pro shop. Everybody's happy about the rebrand here. We're super excited to see it kind of come to fruition. That's a big word. And it looks great on some of the apparel, like this lovely FootJoy shirt I'm wearing here tonight. We've got hats, we've got tees, we've got various ball markers, we got yardage books coming in, we've got towels, we've got a ton of casual wear. The casual wear has been flying off the shelves. I got a hoodie, I got a crew neck, I got a t-shirt. It's all comfy. I love wearing it. I'm not sure I've worn anything in the last 3 weeks that is not PGC branded. I love it.
I can agree with you there. I have actually had someone tell me, what, you become PGC now and all you wear is branded merchandise? And to that I say, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? Best hoodies, best t-shirts in the game. Also, not to mention a couple FootJoy items I've thrown on lately. There's a quilted crew neck in the pro shop that's calling my name. I already have one. I'm thinking about getting a second for the first one's dirty.
I wore that one to work today. I obviously don't need it here.
You sure did.
We're plenty toasty sitting by the fireplace here. Short sleeves only tonight, but comfy stuff. You're gonna love it. It's great quality. Represent our club here.
Absolutely. And to touch on that, I'd be remiss if we didn't bring up the newly renovated lounge.
Yeah.
I believe 15 plus years ago, this room was renovated, painted a nice minty green, and we've basically brought the mint green back, but not in that way, in the fescue green kind of way. Jonathan,
green.
What do you make of this new lounge? We can't really show the viewers at home, but we can explain.
We got nobody working the camera tonight, so we're not gonna do the old 360 here. But if you have not had the chance to come and grab a bite after your round or a nice cold pint, would recommend doing so. We redid everything in here. The bar top looks incredible. The live edge. All the comments about the live edge. Holy smokes. And we've got this lovely big sign over there. That's pretty much lighting up the room as much as our lighting for the camera here. It's beautiful over there. They did a great job with that. New tables, new chairs, new flooring. Fireplace keeping us nice and toasty and warm here. It's a welcoming place to be, and a fantastic spot to end your day after whether it was or was not a great day out there score-wise, we're sure you're going to have a great day if you come in here after.
Definitely, and a big shout out to Mike and Mike over at Air Construction. They came in here, got the job done before we opened up. A great place to enjoy some of our new menu items. We've got a fish and chips, we've got breakfast and bread, we've got the Roost and Ranch. We've really got it all. Try one of our famous cocktails as well after a hot day on the course. And Jonathan, we're going to turn things back to the golf
Hold on, you've had
course.
we also have a couple more burgers too. You've had them. How's the Hogfather?
The Hogfather, which one? My first, second, third, fourth? They've all been fantastic.
That one.
Well, it's meat, and more meat. So let me introduce you to meat. But it's patty with cheese, patty, pea meal, bacon, crispy fried onions, barbecue sauce in between 2 upside down buns, if you ask for it that way. Sometimes they just do it regular. but my goodness, it is something you don't want to eat with fries, but you just have to because our fries are so dang good.
Anyways, what do we got next? We got...
Well, we're going to turn it back to the golf course. So I think we've got a few events coming up. You've kind of revamped the events for this season. We're looking forward to all of them, but talk about what you've got on the docket.
Yeah, we're really excited about all the member events we got going on this season. The first one we held, an official member event, was our 2-person scramble. Always a fun one. Or excuse me, that was a 4-person scramble.
I believe it was 4. I did have 3 other teammates, and all 3 of them carried me.
My bad. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. We were both fortunate enough to play, thanks to some last minute. Regardless, so next up we have our member junior. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one adult. I don't know why I'm pointing at myself, and pair him up with one. Well, Ben looks like a junior sometimes. One junior.
5-time junior club champ.
And they're going to, people don't seem to forget. And they're going to play a 2-person scramble. They're going to have a ton of fun. We hope, we anticipate. I'm sure they will. I sent out the email this morning, and we've had a lot of great feedback from members already wanting to sign up. So I think, I say it in the email, we say it in the email, sorry, don't know who wrote that, that, when we were all juniors, there's a lot of former junior members that are out here. And we can all think back to a time where, maybe an older member helped us along or gave us a tip or was there for us on a not so great day on the course. So this is a fantastic opportunity for our junior members to get to know our membership, and we hope they learn something that day.
Yeah, I think this is a great thing we're doing. Like you said, we all played in events specifically growing up. I know there's several members still here today that were here when we were kids. Definitely learned a lot from a lot of them and kind of got our first taste of tournament golf that way.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, when is the member junior?
The member junior is going to be on Saturday, May 24th. Normally we host our member events on a Sunday, but scheduling not mishap. But anyways, it's on a Saturday, May 24th.
Not the long weekend.
Not the long weekend, thank you. This weekend upcoming is the long weekend. You got plans for the long weekend?
I think I'm going to be heading over to our wonderful friends David and Caitlin's Stag and Doe, May 24th, not the long weekend. That should be a good time. If you want to buy tickets, $15 ahead of time, $20 at the door. I believe it's at the Guelph Polish Club. Don't quote me on that.
It is at the Guelph Polish Club.
Perfect. Reach out to David.
Doors open at 7 and we'll kick you out at 1.
Reach out to David or Caitlin. If you have queries, they'll kick you out at 1, if not ahead of time, if you're not having a fun time.
I hear they're going to have a wicked Puslinch Golf Club prize pack there.
I hear so as well. Speaking of Puslinch Golf Club, bring it back to the golf as we always do. One big event coming up that starts really any day now, I'm waiting to find out, is our 2025 match play. Tell me about it.
This is, we've expanded it this year. Last year we capped it at 32 participants. This year we tried to grow it as large as we could, and we're up to 60. We got 60 participants this year, meaning there's going to be 4 people that get first round buys. We're going to do the bracket draw live right here, right now. It won't be live as this video is coming out tomorrow, but we're pulling names today. Davey G is going to draw them on the on our bracket sheet over here, and we'll recap once we're through all the names. Our 4 buys, how we determine them. Last year's match play champion, last year's match play runner-up, our ladies club champion, and our men's club champion, all from last season. So our match play champion was Tom Marshall. Runner-up was David Glabota. Good job, Dave. Our ladies club champion was Heather Puttyford, and our men's club champion, Aaron Petro. So, without further ado.
So what are we going to do here? Just kind of run through?
We're just going to run through them.
Announce it.
For the first name and the second name, they're going to play each other, and then we're going to keep going from there, and Dave will bring us a sheet, and we'll
love it.
We'll go over them afterwards. And
all right. First pick, Johnny. Who do we got first?
Ben Davies.
Well, folks, it's been a long process, but I'm taking my talents to Puslinch Golf Club. Looking forward to it.
And Ben Davies will be playing. They're small. I don't want to make sure I pull up more than one here. Ken McMurtry.
Ken McMurtry. Oof, well, at least I got the worst of the 2 McMurtry brothers there. All right.
Okay, that's our first match. Ben
Who we
and
got
Ken.
next?
Oh, am I pulling here?
I think you're pulling them all, Johnny.
I'm pulling them all. All right. Sorry, Dave. We'll go quicker here. Jacob Jensen. We got the
Jacob
juniors
Jensen,
getting in on
the
the action
youngster.
here. He will be taking on Dom Schmitz, an all-junior second match.
Junior second match. Watch out, Farm Field.
Here we go. Kevin Warner. Kevin will
Club
be taking
champion
on
runner-up. Took Greg Richardson's spot.
Brian Perry.
Oh, a battle of the behemoths.
Then we got Jerry Nippard. Nipser.
Nipser Gillard.
Taking on Brent Ford.
All right, let's get these things mixed up a little bit. Who do you got next, Johnny? What are we on? A match 4 here?
I don't know. Davey, what are we on? We're on
Match
match
5.
5. Mambo number 5. We got Bobby Blackmore.
Bobby Blackmore, pisser.
Posse member. Taking on Hunter Colwell.
Another junior. An old junior, but a junior.
A junior regardless. Great to see the juniors getting in on this. Speaking of juniors, we got Hudson Blackburn.
Oh,
Our
watch out,
back
Huddy.
shop's very own. Taking on Fatima Martins.
It's match 6. On to match number 7. Fatima Martin's hot, by the way, in ladies' league this year.
She is. She is. She's playing good golf. Speaking of playing good golf, we got Jeff Hadaway.
Joffrey, Jeff, spell it with a G.
Taking on Terry Bernard.
Is Terry Bernard a match play champion or a runner-up? You played against him.
I
did
did
you
play
not?
against him.
In a finals or no?
That was a long time ago.
I might be making stuff up here, showing our age.
No, I think you did. All right, we got Gage Moland, another junior.
Another junior. How many?
Love that.
We got a junior match play going on.
No,
Holy
we should.
smokes.
Maybe we should. Taking on Wendy Dobson.
Okay. Okay. Interesting match.
Holy juniors. We got Landon Clark. Landon is taking on Graham Hood.
Graham Hood. Davey, where do we sit on match number here? Any idea? Give me a quick count. Not to put you on the spot, but we're giving Johnny a breath here.
Or a
Plus a sip. 10. Folks, our good friends at Pepsi sponsoring this show. Match 10 here, Johnny. Who's first?
Match 10. Matt Colwell.
Matt Colwell, father of Hunter, some may say.
It's not, some may say. That's just the case, man.
Yeah, it felt right.
Taking on Steve McDonald.
Stevie Mack.
Had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
Match 11 here.
Constable Dan Selmeyer.
The constable himself, the cash cop.
He'll be taking on Luca Turco.
Another junior. Are we got any of the buys yet or no? Yeah, we're in. All right, match 12 I believe we're on to.
Backwards. We got Stuart Cullen taking on Mike Hughes.
Should be an interesting match, Jonathan. Mike Hughes, noted musician.
Really?
People seem to forget.
You learn something new every day. We got Greg Richardson.
Perennial runner-up.
See how we can do a match play this year. Taking on Matt Puttyford.
Just get
Great
these things
swing
jumbled
on
up.
Matt Puttyford.
One
by
of the
way.
best in the game.
I know we've
actually.
talked about it on an After Dark episode before, but
I think we have, but it's one of those swings you just have to talk about twice.
I'll do. And the last match on this side, is that what we're getting at here? Okay, we've got Navdeep Sandhu.
Nav taking on.
Big Nav.
Give me his brother for 200.
Dave Whitey Jacoby.
Whoa, that's going to be a rager. All right, moving over to the other side of the bracket, Jonathan. Who are we starting off with?
We've got Daniel Dubois.
Dan Dubois, a force to be reckoned with. Always a tough showing in the first member tournament of the year, but I would expect great things from him this season.
And he'll be taking on Helmut Bauer.
Wow. Talk about a driver. Guy has 3 drivers in his bag. None of them go over 140. That will be a fun match. Daniel Dubois.
Hits 2 of them off the deck, I think.
He does. Dubois, a whiz on the greens, by the way.
That's true. I've seen it firsthand. We're on to another match here. We got Colin Puttyford.
Colin Puttyford.
Colin will be taking on Tristan Craig. just did a phenomenal job sweeping downstairs. Our back shop kids are great.
Fantastic.
Then we got Steve Dahmer.
Dahmer. Better gym teacher than golfer, some say, including myself.
Harsh. Taking on Allen Cup champion.
Whoa.
Kevin Harvey of the Wentworth Griffins.
I could go for a double Angus with bacon and cheese right now if we're talking about Harvey's.
Nice. Okay, here we go. We got Ryan Brenton.
Ryan Brenton.
Waterloo Siskin's very own.
Correct.
Taking on Michael Turco. Not going to say about all the young guns there, but
That'll be a fun round. I'd like to get in on that action.
then we got Cowboy Wayne Strom.
Stormy.
He will be taking on Clive Holmes.
All right,
Clive Holmes. Is
take it
Clive
back.
Holmes good at match play? Do you remember?
So here's the story. Last year, Clive Holmes, first round, took on Neb Saivat, a person new to golf, playing right-handed for the first time. And apart from a quadruple bogey on his third hole, he shot an even par and was basically playing straight up. So he's pretty good, but lost a helmet in the second round. So let's move on.
Then we got Jeffy Ice Park, Jeffrey Burgess.
Jeffy Ice Park. If anyone plays slow pitch, it's not him anymore, but used to.
Jeffy will be taking on the Rizster, Drake Neal.
Talk about a Siskin legend. Cambridge Highlander as well.
Yeah, they're hot to start the year.
Very hot. Very hot. Drake Neal, a 5
Won their
point per
home
game
opener
player.
big the other day, I believe. Next, we got Adrian. What idiot? Doug Dean.
What idiot?
He'll be taking on T-Daddy, Trent Bennett.
Is that a spruce tree? No, it's
Might
just
as well be.
Trenton.
No, I'm just looking up at Trenton there. Wonder if he got rained on harder up there today.
Oh, he did. We can't have too many matches remaining. What do we got
Next,
here?
we're going to have Dave Chalkley. I would not want to play him in match
Oh.
play. Would not.
No.
Dave will be taking on Rick Schneider.
A lot of strokes going to be given in that match. Chalkley, a robot on the golf course. Schneider.
I played with him in the four-person
Would like to
scramble.
use a robot.
He's just, yeah. Next, we have Shelly Taylor.
Shelley, a 34-time club champion here at Post Lunch.
She'll be taking on Zach Perry. Did they play each other last year? No, Brian played Shelly last year.
Brian. That'll be an interesting match.
On the topic of Zach Perry, you know what? This is going to be posted the day after, but shout out to Zach Perry, our 2024 Junior Club champion, Heather Puttyford, our 2024 Ladies Club champion, and Tom Marshall, our 2024 Senior Men's Club champion, all heading to the club at Bond Head. They would have played when you're watching this video today. So hope they did well. Hope they had a ton of fun. They were playing at the Champion of Champions event. Basically, all of the club champions from across Ontario are eligible to go, and it's a big celebration, a really cool event. Aaron went last year, said it was a ton of fun, great course, so we'll see how they ended up doing. But hope they do well as we filmed the night before here. Next up, we got Chris Krawchuk.
Crotch. Who's Crotch taking on? I'm going to have to get someone to cover
Krawchuk
the shop
going
that
to take
day.
on Evan Vogel. Yeah, we're going to have to get somebody to cover the shop that day. With
Running out of employees here.
2 pro shop employees working, or golfing that day, excuse me. Next, we got Brown Dog, Adam Brownlee. Hole in one on the 5th hole
Fifth
earlier
hole.
today.
Correct. This year,
Driver.
not today.
Today, sorry, excuse me. Earlier this year.
Let's settle down. Recency bias over here.
Brown Dog will be taking on, drop it, Tommy Moe, Tom Morrison.
All right, 3 matches remaining.
If you have not heard your name yet, I
Stay
hope
tuned.
you're going to hear it soon. Next, we got Scott Robertson, Scrobby.
Scrobby Robbie, beers with the Bucky.
Scrobby's going to be taking on Lenny, Mark Lennon.
It'll be a fun time.
It'll be a loud group.
It will.
2 more matches here. Here we go. Dick Spencer.
Who's Dickie taking on? He also took me down years ago in this thing. I still am playing that match under protest anyways.
Dickie's going to be taking on Jamie Welch.
Wow, gee.
In our last
match. Who do we got, Johnny?
I guess I can look at this here. We got Garth Taylor. Garth is going to be taking on Steve Brown. Battle of the early morning golfers there.
Two golfers that know each other's games very well.
Very well.
Should be an interesting match.
Can you confirm that we have everybody's name on there? We're good? Okay.
Well, good. That's 64. Folks, that's 32 matches. This is the biggest match
Come
play
on
we've
into the
had
camera
yet
here,
in
Davey
years.
G.
Everyone,
We're going to hand that.
thank you very much to David's hand. David, could you just a little production note here, just take a look, make sure we're still rolling.
That's
Got
good.
the thumbs up, Josh.
All right, let's roll.
Let's talk it through. Thank you very much, David. Enjoy your evening. Don't be late for school tomorrow. Turn us on your way home.
Okay, match play recap. Here we go. First match is a bye. David Globoda, last year's runner-up, he gets a bye. Then we've got Dan Dubois taking on Helmut Bauer.
Good one.
Colin Puttyford taking on Tristan Craig. Steve Daum versus Kevin Harvey. Ryan Brenton versus Michael Turco. Wayne Strome versus Clive Holmes. Jeff Burgess versus Drake Neal. Adrian 48 Doug Dean taking on Trenton the Wall Bennett. Next, we have another bye. It's our last year's club champion, Aaron Petro. Then we've got Dave Chalkley taking on Rick Schneider.
Johnny, the people are trying to see you. You're covering yourself.
Sorry, man. What one did I just say? Schneider?
Yep.
Okay, then we got Shelly Taylor taking on Zach Perry. Chris Krawchuk taking on Evan Vogel. Adam Brownlee versus Tom Morrison. Scott Robertson versus Mark Lennon. Dick Spencer versus Jamie Welch. And Garth Taylor versus Steve Brown. I realized that was the second sheet we did. So.
Yep. I was going to say those matches came a lot earlier than I thought from the original polling, but here we go.
Okay, next we got a bye. Tom Marshall gets that bye for winning last year's match play championship. Tom's a great guy.
Good guy.
Next we got you versus Kenny McMurtry.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. See you in the second round, Tommy.
Jacob Jidson taking on Dob Schmitz. Kevin Warner and Brian Perry. Jerry Nippard and Brent Ford. Bobby Blackmore and Hunter Colwell. Hudson Blackburn taking on Fatima Martins.
Oof.
Jeff Hadaway taking on Terry Bernard.
And that's a match I want to touch on just quickly. Jeff Hadaway, Terry Bernard, two longtime members here at Puss Lynch. One thing about one of them, Jeff Hadaway this season skipped out on the Senior Club Championship last year. He was at a little thing called the Olympics. But anyways, this season he's actually going for a feat that I don't know anyone has ever achieved here at Puss Lynch. Jeff Hadaway has won the Junior Club Championship, the Juvenile Club Championship, which no longer exists, so neither of us ever had a chance. He's won the Men's Club Championships, and he's going for a Senior Club Championship to complete the Puss Lynch Grand Slam. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before. It's very reminiscent of Tiger Woods trying to win all 4 USGA titles, major USGA titles, and boy, I'm excited to see how Jeff plays this year.
I would love to see the validity to that. But again, as you mentioned, there was no juvenile championship when Ben and I were around, so neither of us had the chance to win it. Probably would have, anyways. Next, we've got another bye. Heather Puttyford, last year's Ladies Club Champion. Congratulations, Heather, on your advancement to the second round. Then we've got Gage Molan taking on Wendy Dobson. Landon Clark taking on Graham Hood. Matt Colwell versus Steve McDonald. Constable Dan Selmeyer taking on little Luca Turco. That'll be a fun one. Stuart Cullen versus Mike Hughes. Greg Richardson versus Matt Puttyford. Those are two great swings. I know we said it like Matt's got one too, but Greg's got a good swing. Then we've got Navdeep Sandhu taking on Whitey, Dave Jacoby. I really don't have much else. That kind of wraps it up. So we will post everything tomorrow as well. You'll see it up in the clubhouse. We'll send out the contact list and the date you have to play your match by. But thank you for joining us for the live draw show and our first ever After Dark episode as Puss Lynch Golf Club. Closing. I have a closing question.
Sure.
PGA Championship week. Who do you like?
I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. I'm going with Jordan Spieth. Not in the top 10 betting favorites, however. Had a good week last week in Texas. That might have been 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago. Pardon me. Last week was the truest. And I'm taking him for two reasons. One, he's Jordan Spieth. And two, he's going for the career Grand Slam just a month after Rory McIlroy completed the career Grand Slam. And I'm as happy for Rory as the next guy. But it might be the most Rory McIlroy thing of all time to lose the storyline just 1 month after completing his magnum opus in his life.
Those are some big terms out of you.
Jordan Spieth, I mark right now, is my 2025 PGA champion, completing the career Grand Slam and cementing his place in history. Johnny, who do you have?
Scotty Scheffler. I think he's going to make sure he stays out of jail this year, and that's going to be the difference.
Way to go out on a limb with that one.
Yeah.
Wow. What are the odds on that? About minus 800?
I don't know. Don't hate the player, hate the game. He's good at golf.
It's
really
true.
good at golf. I like him.
Anyways, thank you everyone for watching as always. Welcome to Pusslin PGC After Dark. Boy, I am rusty, but it is nice to be back. We can't wait to see you guys out on the course. Thanks for everything, Johnny.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you again.
Take care, folks.